Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NFL Divisional weekend is here. We have 8 teams left. We're going to get it down to 4 for next week and then 2 for Super Bowl 60. Alright, so last week in the wild card round, I went 5-1 on straight up picks. The only pick I mixed was Jacksonville. I was hoping the Jaguars would have won. Against the spread, I was 4-2, over under 3-3, overall 12-6 at a 66.6%. Definitely happy with that. Hopefully we can repeat that this week. 4 big games. Now, I think the first 2 games we have Denver and Seattle, both of them with the bye weeks. And we saw what happened in the college football season when the teams that were off had the bye in the first round. They all but one lost. What is Denver? What is Seattle going to do? So Buffalo Bills, 13-5, taking on the 14-3 Denver Broncos at Denver. Last weekend, the Buffalo Bills beat Jacksonville 27-24, nail biter the whole way. On the road this year, Buffalo is 5-3. They're 9-3 against the AFC, while Denver is 8-1 at home. That home field advantage there, mile high. AFC, they're 9-3. Now, both of them, the Bills and Denver, beat the Jets this year. Bills beat them twice, 35-8 and 30-10. And then Denver beat the Jets 13-11. Denver beat Houston 18-15. Buffalo lost to Houston 23-19. Both teams beat Cincinnati, Denver 28-3 and Buffalo 39-34. I started looking at that stat, kind of the teams that they both played and the record against them, to kind of see how you think they would do against each other here. Denver's favored by 1.5 at home. That's a small number for a home team with the first round bye for the AFC. So it's like the people that put together these lines, you know, they were like, a week off. Are they going to be able to, So I got Denver winning, covering, and under on the 45.5. And then we have the 13-5 San Francisco 49ers taking on the 14-3 Seattle Seahawks, both out of the NFC West. San Francisco won last week 23-19 versus the Eagles. On the road this year, the 49ers are 7-2. They're actually a better road team than home team. 9-3 versus the NFC, while Seattle, just like Denver, 8-1 at home, 9-3 versus the NFC. One of the top teams there. These two teams played twice in the regular season. On September 7th, which is week 1, San Francisco won 17-13. But Seattle, on January 3rd, Seattle won 13-3. So they're 1-1 against each other on the year. Seattle's favored by a touchdown at home, but if you look at those games against each other, neither of them. Well, there was 10 points on the 13-3 one, yeah. I honestly don't think it's going to be that. I got Seattle winning, San Francisco covering the 7, taking under in the 45. Next up, we have the 13-5 Houston Texans taking on the 15-3 New England Patriots. Houston won last week 30-6 versus Pittsburgh. New England won last week 16-3 versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Now we don't have to worry about the Chargers and the Rams hosting on the same day. Because Chargers are lost and they're out. That was going to be a possibility if Chargers would have won last week and won this week, and the Rams would have won both weeks. We would have had to really juggle the schedule next weekend for the conference championship games because we would have been in the same stadium. But we don't have that issue anymore because the Chargers lost last week. All right. Both teams played the Raiders this year. Houston won 23-21. New England lost 20-13. Houston beat Pittsburgh 30-6. New England lost to Pittsburgh 21-14. Houston lost against Tampa Bay 20-19. New England won against Tampa Bay 28-23. Both teams played the Buffalo Bills. The Chargers won 23-19, while New England lost 35-4. So, the 3 losses that New England has this year are teams that Houston beat. I believe in the Patriots this year. I truly do. And this, I almost went Houston on this, and I know as soon as I picked New England, Houston's going to win, and vice versa. But I'm going to go with New England. I got New England winning, covering the 3, and over on the 40.5. But because it's so crazy that the 3 losses that New England has, Houston beat all 3 of those teams. I thought that was so weird. All right, then the 4th and final game, the 13-5 Los Angeles Rams taking on the 12-6 Chicago Bears. The Bears. Rams won last week 34-31 versus Carolina, while the Bears won 31-27 versus Green Bay. Rams are 5-4 on the road this year, while Chicago is 6-2 at home. The line on this is Los Angeles by -4. I actually think Chicago's going to win. I think Chicago's that miracle team this year. I think we get Chicago, Seattle, NFC, and Denver, New England, AFC. Been there, done that. And I think we get a Patriots, Seahawks Super Bowl. So I got the Bears winning, +4, over on the 48.5. All right, that is the NFL Divisional weekend. 4 games this weekend. After coming off of 12-6 last week, confident this week. I got Denver winning, covering the 1.5, under on the 45.5. Seattle winning, San Francisco covering the 7, under on the 45. New England winning, covering the 3, over on the 40.5. And the Chicago Bears winning, +4 against the Rams, over on the 48.5. That is the NFL Divisional weekend. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a 50-day Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.